Jai Hind friends. In last lecture we have discussed about double integration. We have seen what is double integration and how to evaluate a double integral. We have also seen that if limits are given, then double integral is simply a single definite integral done twice. However, if limits are not given, then we need to find the limits from the given region of integration, and then applying these limits we can evaluate the integral. In previous lecture we have considered the cases where we have divided the region into vertical slices and found the limits. Now we take one more example in this direction. Example says, evaluate double integral over a x square dx dy, where a is the region in the first quadrant bounded by the hyperbola xy equal to 16 and the lines y equal to x, y equal to 0 and x equal to 8. We have already seen that before evaluating this double integral, it is necessary for us to draw the region given by this a. So we shall first draw the region of integration. We observe that xy equal to 16 is an equation of the form xy equal to c square, which is a rectangular hyperbola. The graph of this rectangular hyperbola lies in first and third quadrant. Because we are concerned with first quadrant only, therefore there is no need to draw this part. Second curve is y equal to x. We know that y equal to x is a straight line passing through origin and having slope 1. Y equal to 0 is the equation of x axis, and x equal to 8 is a line parallel to y axis. So x equal to 8 will look like this. The region bounded all these curves will be this region, which is our region of integration. This region is drawn here. This is the line y equal to x. This is xy equal to 16. This is y equal to 0, that is x axis. Here we should note that this point is 4, 4, because if I substitute y equal to x in this equation, then we shall obtain this point of intersection, and substituting y equal to x in this equation, I obtain x square equals to 16, which is x equal to 4, because x equal to minus 4 is not possible here. So this point is 4, 4, and x equal to 8 was given line. So the line was drawn away from this point. Now this region is our region of integration given by a here. To find the limits, what we will do? We will divide this region into vertical slices. Suppose I draw an element slice like this. With the help of endpoints of this slice, we will obtain limits of y, which will be in terms of x, because they are calculated from equations. With the help of endpoints of the region, we calculate limits of x. In first sight, when I try to calculate the limits of double integral for this region, then we observe that the lowest point of this slice lies on this line y equal to 0. So lower limit seems to be 0. The upper limit of this lies on this line y equal to x. This equation gives y equal to x. So upper limit of y is x. Now leftmost corner of our region is origin. So value of x at this corner is 0. So it will be lower limit of x. The rightmost corner or rightmost extreme point has value of x as 8. Therefore value of x will be 8. So it looks that these are limits of our double integral. But suppose I have drawn a strip here in this situation, because the elementary strip can be drawn anywhere in the region. So we are free to draw the elementary strip here. Now suppose elementary strip is drawn here, then from this slice if I calculate limits of y and x, then we observe that the lowest point of slice again lies on this line y equal to 0. So lower limit of y will remain 0. The highest point of this slice this time lies on this curve. Equation of this curve is xy equals to 16. This equation gives y equal to 16 upon x, and this value obtained from here will be upper limit of y. Thus if I draw a vertical slice, elementary slice in this area, then limits of y will be these. If I draw a vertical slice in other area, limits of y will be these. Then how to decide whether these limits are correct or these limits are correct or both are wrong? In fact, both of these limits are wrong. We observe that the equation of boundary OP is y equal to x, and the equation of this boundary PS is xy equal to 16. Thus the equation of upper boundary is changing in between the region. Whenever the equation of boundary is changing, then we shall not be able to find the limits by usual process. In that case, we will be required to break the region into two parts. Separate limits for both parts will be calculated, and then adding those we will obtain the required integral. Thus, to find the limits of double integral, I observe that equation of the region equation of this boundary is changing at this point P. So I draw a vertical line PM and break the region into two parts. Suppose this part is R1 and the second part is R2. We will calculate the limits for this region R1 separately, limits for this region R2 separately, and thus two integrals will be obtained. Adding those two integrals, I will get the value of given integral, and therefore I can write double integral over a x square dy dx is equal to double integral over R1 x square dy dx plus double integral over R2 x square dy dx. For this region R1, what will be the limits of x and y? Let us see. I divide this region R1 into vertical slices. For this vertical slice, the lowest point is lying on x axis. Therefore, the limits of y will be from 0 to this x. The value of x for this region R1 are calculated from extreme points of this region. The first point, leftmost point of the region is origin, so value of x is 0. The rightmost point for this region lies on this line PM, and so the value of x on this line will be 4, which is upper limit of x. For this region R2, I divide this region R2 in vertical slices. This vertical slice R2, this vertical slice has lowest point again on y equal to 0. So value of y obtained from this equation is 0. The highest point lies on this curve, rectangular hyperbola. The value of y obtained from here will be 16 by x. So upper limit of y will be 16 upon x. On this region R2, the value of x on leftmost point is 4. So lower limit of x is 4. The value of x on rightmost point is 8. So upper limit of x is 8. Thus these are the limits for x and y, and applying these limits, this integral will be evaluated. These limits are obtained. Applying these limits in R1, limits of y are from 0 to x, limits of x are from 0 to 4, x square dy dx was our integrand. For second integral, y varies from 0 to 16 by x varies from 4 to 8, x square dy dx was again our integrand. Now these two double integrals are evaluated by usual process. For first integral, because limits of y are occurring inside, integration will be performed with respect to y. Integrating this become y from 0 to x. Applying these limits, it becomes x cube dx. It is a usual definite integral. Integrating it, it gives x raised to the power 4 upon 4. Applying these limits, it gives 64 minus 0. For second integration, the limits of y were from 0 to 16 by x. Applying these limits, I obtain simply 16x, because this power 2 will be cancelled out from x in denominator. This 16 is constant taken outside. Integration of x gives x square upon 2. Applying limits of x, I obtain this expression, and adding these two values, I obtained 448, which is the value of our double integral. Let me sum up what happened once again. This was our double integral which was to be calculated. This was our region of integration. We tried to divide this region into vertical slices. We observed, if I draw vertical slice in first part, then limits of y and x will be different. If I draw vertical slice in second part, the limits of y will be different. Then how to choose correct limit? In fact, we have observed that equation of boundary is changing in between the region. Whenever such situation occurs, we shall always break the integration into two parts. That's why I have broken the integral like this. For this first part R1, limits are calculated by usual double integration limit finding process. For this integration R2, limits were again calculated. Applying these two limits, we obtained two double integrals, and evaluating these double integrals, I obtained the value of given double integral. Now we move towards another example. In current example, we have seen that how to find the limits if the equation of boundary of the region is getting changed in between the region. So far, the examples which we have discussed, we have considered only vertical slices. In coming example, we shall consider horizontal slice, and then we shall find the limits of given double integration. Example says, evaluate double integration over S xy minus y square dy dx, where S is a triangle with vertices 0, 0, 10, 1 and 1, 1. the triangle bounded by these 3 points or formed by these 3 points is our region of integration named S here, and we are going to find value of this integral over this triangle. What we will do? As always, we shall first draw our region of integration, and then we shall divide this region into horizontal slices, and with the help of those slices the limits of x and then limits of y will be calculated. 0, 0 is the point origin. This point 1, 1 is a point A mentioned here, and this point 10, 1 will be at the same height as point A, because value of y is same for both these points. However, value of x is 10. Now we divide this region into horizontal slices, because we are going to understand that how to find limits by taking horizontal slices. For this, the equations of boundaries are required. This OA is the line joining 2 points 0, 0 and 1, 1. If we are having 2 points x1, y1 and x2, y2, then equation of line joining these 2 points is given by y minus y1 is equals to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 times x minus x1. Here this point will be x1 y1, this point will be x2 y2. Applying the values in this formula, y minus y1 will be 0, y2 minus y1 will be 1 minus 0, x2 minus x1 will again be 1 minus 0, and this will be x minus 0, and simplification gives y equal to x in next step. So equation of this line is x equal to y. Similarly, when we shall find the line equation of this line joining O and B, then its equation will be x equal to 10y. This line AB is a line parallel to x axis. It is passing through 1, 1, and its equation will be y equal to 1. Now we find the limits by taking horizontal slices. I have divided this region into horizontal slices. This is our elementary slice, because this slice is this time taken parallel to x axis. Therefore, limits of x will be calculated from end points of this slice, and these limits will be calculated with the help of equations, that is, limits will occur in terms of y. The limits of y will be calculated from extreme points, that is, lowest point and highest point. For this slice, we observe that first point lies on this line. The equation of this line is x equal to y. So this will be lower limit of x. The last point or rightmost point of the slice lies on this equation. Value of x from this equation is 10y. It will become higher limit or upper limit of x. To find the limits of y, we will consider end points. The lowest end point or the value of y at lowest end point will give the lower limit of y. The value of y at highest end point will give the value upper limit of y. The lower limit of y will be 0, because the lowest end point is origin. The highest limit of the highest point of the region lies on this line y equal to 1. The value of y on this line is 1. So, limits of y will be from 0 to 1. Applying these limits, the integral will be evaluated. These are the limits placed here. These are the limits y less than equal to x less than equal to 10y. These are the limits of x, and y from 0 to 1, these are limits of y. Now, applying these limits, limits of x are from y to 10y, limits of y are from 0 to 1. Because the limits of x are in terms of y, that is their variable limits, so I have ensured that these limits are placed inside. We have learned that the variable limits will always be placed inside and the constant limits will always be placed outside. Now, this integration is to be evaluated with respect to x. To evaluate this integral with respect to x, we can write it in this manner. Now, because we are integrating with respect to x, so y will be treated as constant, and therefore the formula for integration of ax plus b raised to the power n can be used. The formula for integration of ax plus b whole raised to the power n dx can be used, where a and b are constant. Integrating it, we obtain ax plus b raised to the power n plus 1 upon a times n plus 1. Here this y will work as a. Applying this formula, the value of n will become half. I obtain this integral ax plus b raised to the power n plus 1 upon a and divided by n plus 1, so it gives 2 upon 3. Now, I apply the limits. Applying these limits, I obtain x times 10y, that is 10y square, minus y square, that will be 9y square. Substituting x equal to y, it will be 0 minus 0, that is 0, and I am left with this simple definite integral. This power 2 and this fractional power will cancel out, and I am left with this expression 18y square dy, y from 0 to 1. This is a very simple definite integral, can be evaluated easily. Its value will be y cube upon 3. Applying these limits, I obtain 18 upon 3, which will be 6. Let me sum up what happened. This double integral was given. We were trying to find the limits by dividing the region into horizontal slices. First of all, I draw the region, obtained the equations of boundary. By taking horizontal slice, it is clear that limits of x will be calculated from equations of boundary and they will be variable limits. The limits of y will be calculated from extreme points of the region and they will be constant. The first point of this horizontal slice was on this line x equal to y, so it became lower limit of y. Last point was on this line, it became upper limit of x. The limits of y are from 0 to 1. Applying these limits, I obtained this integral. To evaluate this integral, I used the formula for ax plus b raised to the power n, and applying the limits and simplifying, I obtained the value of this double integral. Here we can see that we have sliced the region into horizontal slices. Suppose in this problem we try to divide the region into vertical slices, then what will happen in that case? In that case, this equation x equal to y is boundary of this equation, and for this boundary the equation will be y equal to 1. Thus, if I divide the region into vertical slices, then in that case I will be required to break the region into 2 slices, and then for each of these regions the limits of x and y will be calculated, and adding up those double integrals I shall obtain the value of this double integral. It is definitely a lengthy approach as compared to this which we have followed, so we are not going to do this in this problem. But one thing is clear from this example, that we should choose the slice carefully. We should first observe the region of integration and then choose the vertical slice or horizontal slice in such a manner so that our integration work, our simplification work is simpler. In this lecture, what we have done, we have first understood that how to find the limits if the equation of boundary of the region is changing in between the region. Then we have learnt that how to divide the region into horizontal slices and find the limits. We have also learnt that there can be significant difference in work by choosing suitable slice. That is, if we take horizontal slice, then integration may become easy, and we take vertical slice, then integration may become difficult. So we should be careful, or we should be thoughtful when finding the slice for the region so that our work remains simpler. We are stopping now. In next lecture we shall start change of order of integration. Thank you.